Good morning. I am Allison Penna, aka Bad Widow. And yesterday I spoke to you about how setting unrealistic personal expectations can make it much more difficult to be successful at dating. For example, if you are going on a date and thinking about if you would marry this person on the first date, that's probably not your best strategy. There might be a better way to do it. Today, I want to talk to you about all the other things that impact how we do or don't choose to date, how we do or don't choose to seek love. And those are societal and cultural expectations. Very often we are told we are too much, too little, too fat, too thin, too young, too old, all the twos. So there's lots and lots and lots of to this, to that, right? By other people, by the culture as a whole. And those can shape what we do, our actions. Do we choose to date if we think we're too fat? Or do we choose to take a year or 2 years to exercise and get thinner and then go out? Because the fact of the matter, it's none of the twos that determine whether or not you can successfully date. It is how you feel about yourself. It is how you trust your own knowing. It is knowing that you are exactly the right person for someone out there. Whatever you choose. So love comes in all different forms, and it's all valid as long as they're consenting adults making their own choices. It's all good. So the question is, we tend to listen to other people sometimes over our own knowing. So if we know that we are ready to step forward into dating and seeking love again, then do you trust yourself or do you trust somebody else? And I don't honestly care who that somebody else is. If that somebody else is a television commercial or a family member or a friend or some guru, doesn't matter. What do you know about yourself? What do you know about your own readiness for dating and your own readiness for love? Because that is what is truly valid. So all opinions are not equal. They're not equal. Be really careful about who you trust over what you know for yourself. Hi and welcome. Because what you know for yourself is what's true. It's truer than anything. And the twos get in the way of our stepping forward into some action. Now, when I started dating again in July 1st, I started dating again. I had not dated anyone except my husband since 1992, right? So my skill set was significantly rusty. But I met an extraordinary man and really chose him after about 6 months. Online dating, right? And the only thing that made this remarkable is that I prepared myself first. Thanks, Lynn. Yeah. I had to be ready. I had to be open, because until I set that up, until I stopped listening to other people about whether I was ready or whether I was not ready, whether I was too much or too little or too fat or too thin or too old or too young, till I stopped listening to all of that chatter, nothing was going to be possible for me. And then when I stopped listening to all of that chatter, I could begin. So it doesn't actually start with another person. It starts with you. And you have infinite control over your own filters and your own choices and your own actions that you take. And then you just tweak. And you keep finding more and more and more what you like and what you care about and what matters to you. And you keep choosing better and better and better. And in the end, you will wind up with who is for you. And there's always a who is for you. I believe there's always a who is for you. And there is no too old. It just doesn't exist. But it depends on who you listen to. Are you listening to your own knowing? Are you recalibrating how you feel about yourself so that you are ready to say, yes, I'm ready to date again. Yes, I'm ready to seek love. Yes, I'm ready to hope and believe that there's someone out there for me. So if you would like to get a PDF of the 3 top twos that people put in the way, which are social and cultural, that come from other people, not from yourself necessarily, type 2 below and I will send it to you. That's it. I am Allison Penna, aka Bad Widow. And I can tell you that it's possible to date successfully. It's possible to find love. But you have to be ready for yourself. And that requires setting realistic personal expectations, which I talked about yesterday, and debunking for yourself the social and cultural expectations of other people that get in the way of what you want. That's it. Thank you so much for listening. So long. See you tomorrow.